Hey, today we're diving into this topic. You know, we meet with a lot of people, and a lot of times when you start talking about faith with people, they automatically go to this polarity of what am I going to have to lose?
Well, everything becomes an intellectual argument, and God's just beyond that. If we launch from the Cape Fear River, and then we got to go to Charleston, and you've got a boat, a decent boat, you know, not a little tiny
On a dinghy.
dinghy, or something like that. The first thing you're going to do is get a picture of what that looks like, and rely on the satellite and the technology and all the equipment. And why shouldn't we? It's great. But what if you have to? You don't have any of that. Then what do you got? So the conversation was, well, what is there? And that is, you got stars, you've got the elements, you've got the sun, you've got land, the coast. These are like they're permanent fixtures, and so we have to go back to that place and navigate a different way. So this whole thing about loss versus letting go is really about flipping everything over and learning how to navigate from a different place. As if you were taking a boat and you didn't have all the technology. You would have to rely on something else.
In our culture, we've become so conditioned to rely on our phones and, technology and the instantaneous kind of nature of this. And so we put God in the box that's how he functions as well.
Right. When you look at it through God's eyes, what you see is you've got loss in one column, and underneath that, what is the motivator? It's fear. And where does fear come from? What is the pathway of fear? That's the enemy. The other side is letting go. So you got two L's, loss versus letting go. It's like salt and sugar. They look similar, or they look exactly alike on the surface. Even people read my book, sometimes they say, I don't want to lose everything. Well, it's not about losing. It's about getting the wine out of the grape. If you refuse and you hold on, God will crush that sucker because he loves you. But it's letting go is about freedom. It's about faith, and that is a whole different thing. Faith and fear are not opposites. Fear and love are opposites. But the only way you can love like God is to start with a foundation of real faith. And so, we're going from loss with a subtext of fear, or a root of fear. I'm afraid. When you hear the word loss, immediately we all go to that same place. What? Oh no, loss. It's a horrible kind of word, right?
Yeah.
But when you let go, you're not trying to do it anymore. You're yielding. Now we can be the bride of Christ. Now we can be his created beings. Now we can be the branch and the vessel, etc. So letting go is a whole different thing. And that's what, we go back to the rich young ruler. It wasn't about being poor. It was about letting go.
I keep hearing Janis Joplin's voice in my head, freedom's just another word for nothing left to lose. That whole line in that song.
Sure.
But I love that mindset because, when you've let go of everything, you ultimately are free.
That's right.
And that's where people want to get, but this block of loss and fear is keeping them from it.
About what if the Beatles would have said, before we can ever make music, we've got to really get rich and make money. The Beatles would have never happened.
Yeah.
And whether you like them or not, it doesn't matter. You can see God's genius working through. Not only has God given you what you need, it's done. It's already done. God's not bound by the way we see things. This is heavenly. There's no start or finish. It's done. So that doesn't. The paradox is God lets us choose. When we see in the earth, we don't see everything. We have to follow by faith. So He opens it up. So we get to be childlike and have an adventure, but it's already done. So it's like saying it's already blessed. Let's follow that instead of begging Him to bless everything else. Follow that, and not only will you be satisfied, but it'll work. Just like the Red Sea parting kind of thing. So you got to look at it, not only is He going to give you what you need and even the desires of your heart, what you want, but it's already done in heaven. Your job is to gradually, joyfully uncover it here.
Yeah.
And it cannot fail.